IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM.
daily.
Hello and welcome to IVM Daily. Hi guys, my name is Navin and I am the producer on a bunch of shows here at IVM, including Cyrus Says and my own show, Keeping It Queer. Along with me today we have Abbas.
Hi.
Abbas, tell us, what do you do at IVM?
I also work as a producer, Naveen.
What coincidence.
I produce shows like Seen, Unseen, Simplified, and a bunch of others that I.
The heavy shows which
Yeah.
require you to think. And on the other hand, we also have Alika Gupta,
Hi.
who for a change is not a producer, she's a graphic designer.
Yes, I do the art things.
The cool art things, and then most of the
They're
time
so
she's
cool.
rolling eyes at us for giving her stupid work, which she considers stupid, but it's okay. What we did over the past few days, all three of us went and watched The Shape of Water
Separately,
not together. Even though I wish we had, because we had such unique experiences.
No, I
watching
didn't want anyone around me when I watched it.
Okay, I was just trying to be nice, but sure.
No.
But this movie, Right Out of the Park, is one of those most magnificent movies you'll see this year on the big screen, if you get to watch it on the big screen. Unfortunately, I think by the time we put this out, it'll be
might
out.
be out, yes.
Yeah.
And they're just doing this right now to get the Oscar moolah going. And people are unaware. People are going and watching Black Panther, which is also not bad. But
Black Panther will be in the theatres for a couple more
Yeah,
weeks.
exactly.
I suggest go watch Shape of
because
Water
Disney has
first.
franchises in India, but Shape of Water will be here only for a week. And it's, guys, what do you all feel like? One word that you would use to surmise the movie?
Splendid.
Splendid. Alika?
Man, just one word? Okay, let's say emotional.
Emotional.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be all-encompassing. You know?
That's 2 words.
It's hyphenated. It's okay.
I don't think that counts, but okay.
I mean, like, the point being that there were so many emotions, as you said, like, at play. There was so much of love, there was so much of rage, there was so much of a backstory with regards to, like, I mean, like, just the fact that the main 3 characters are mute, a black woman and a gay dude, and the hero is a monster. It just, like, says that it's time to change the narrative now.
Yeah.
The classic Beauty and the Beast tale is turned on its head, in a way. And say something, guys.
Yeah, I think like you mentioned, all the primary 4 characters are in one way or the other ostracized by society in some way or the other, and it's about how they find solace in each other.
Exactly.
And and the bad guys are the ones who are. I mean, the one singular bad guy that stood out was, of course, Michael Shannon's character, who is who sort of signifies all the issues that we face in society. He's has sexist overtones.
Yeah.
He's someone who is a bit of a hypocrite when it comes to religion, where he poses that he's a man of God, but then his actions actually go against what.
Exactly. He's the all-American dream gone wrong, essentially.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because the scenes we see of his family are the typical American family,
Yeah.
2 kids, a very beautiful wife. So yeah, and he's the one who seems to be investing in America's future, which kind of again makes a statement about where America stands today. So yeah, those themes really spoke to me. It
And
was
really
good.
in-depth character study with Michael Shannon's character, especially because of, like, he's, I think, in the recent times, the best villain I've seen on screen, because of the fact that he gets more elevated with every time he reaches a success point in his career. And with that, his ego is reached to this inflated level where, like, even if someone says, oh, you know what, people who are successful drive this car, so he'll drive that car for that very
Yeah.
reason. Doesn't need to, like, think about it too much.
Yeah.
So he's that kind of. So I think I like the way Guillermo del Toro uses, like, singular scenes like these to give us a lot of backstudy into what the character is without screaming it out loud. Right, even with Richard Jenkins' character, Giles, who's like, a gay man living in the closet and hiding away doing art.
Yeah.
We don't get that off the bat, but slowly as he goes to the diner again and again,
Yeah.
and that one diner scene kind of surmises the guy's personality altogether in one go. I like that because you don't have to, like, do it over and over again till you hit the nail.
Yeah.
It's just like you say that with your dialogue work and your scene.
Yeah.
framing.
Right.
There's an undertone of advertising as the devil's work, because as he makes the artwork and goes to them and he's like, no, now they want the jello to be green.
Yeah.
So he goes,
Hey, this is
reworks
my
it
life,
again.
guys. Hi.
And again, like, that green color keeps playing back again
Again
and
and
again
again,
when
because
she
of the-
does a jello shot for her husband afterwards later.
And the color
Yeah.
of the car, the Cadillac, is it?
The lime green.
Yeah,
It's
the lime-
steel.
It's steel, yeah.
So yeah, you were saying, Alika, because of artist perspective in the movie, what would you say?
So the movie was really, really breathtaking in a lot of the visual aspects of it, because of the whole monster who was kind of like an amphibian sort of creature. They layered water over a lot of the scenes. The opening shot is completely underwater, which is a magical shot. I don't know how they did it, but it was super. But then even, small things like they had...
They actually put a tank in the house inside a tank. Like Sally Hawkins had to hold her breath and sleep.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's really cool. But like I liked a lot of the symbolic repetitions of of droplets of water. Like I don't know, should we be spoiling most of this movie?
Yeah, I think we're entering spoiler territory now.
Okay, sorry guys, spoilers. So like after she rescued Amphibian Man, I'm guessing we're calling
that's
him.
what he's called on IMDb as well.
Did you know he had a name? Like
No.
he was supposed to be named Charlie and then they cut that part out.
Also, Charlie, because Sally Hawkins again was studying Charlie Chaplin because she couldn't talk
Yes.
for her body.
Yes, so that was pretty amazing. I loved her acting, the way she just acted without any
Saying
words.
anything. Yeah.
What an emotional performance.
And again, like when Guillermo del Toro was interviewed for the for the movie, asking why he cast her, because he's like, I could cast any model type actress, like with the perfect body or whatever, but
Right.
here I wanted an actress who can only communicate with their eyes.
Yeah.
So if you look at Sally Hawkins, you know what exactly her character is because of her eyes. Octavia Spencer is that character because of her eyes. Michael Shannon has that
that
very
villainous sort
bastardly
of
look in his eyes. Yeah,
Within the
bastardly,
first...
which is censored in India.
Right, yeah, within the first minute of seeing him, I was like, I really don't like him. He's giving me off skeevy vibes. I'm like, I don't need him.
And throughout the movie, the whole thing with his hand was like, a metaphor that he's rotting from the inside.
That was a little bit of a ham-handed metaphor.
Yeah, but then
But
metaphorically, the movie is astounding because again, I would like to talk about the scars that she's born with. Okay, so we should just quickly do a run through of the plot, if not spoiling the movie entirely for others.
Okay.
We'll spoil it till the interval, so you can after the break. So essentially, Eliza is a woman who cleans up in a research facility in Baltimore, and a new creature is brought in who apparently is a very dangerous creature, and everybody's telling her to stay away from it.
Yes.
But because she can't speak, she thinks that she can emote and understand the creature if she tries to. So she starts giving it eggs, and the creature understands sign language because of her.
Yeah.
And throughout this, she also learns that Michael Chan's character is a security officer called Strickland, who's basically torturing the creature to find out what's its seen. And this is based right in the time of the Cold War.
Yes.
So the Russians also are, wanting to know what the Americans have, and they have a implant inside the research facility who's also helping them get the secrets out. And at the same time, this woman is trying to get the amphibian man out of the research facility and bring him to safety, so she can release him in the ocean. So that's the whole movie, and that's what the story revolves around. But amidst all of this is just like beautiful camera work, the lighting. I also like the musical piece they did, which is, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
The fact that they even went in that territory is just like mind-boggling.
I think that was very bold because, to take it could, if not done correctly, that would have completely made the film go flat
and hammy.
Yeah, but then it was done really beautifully, and I would have loved to see how Guillermo del Toro convinced the studio that this needs to be in the movie for it to make its point. So I really loved that particular sequence.
I liked how music had a pretty overarching influence throughout the movie. Like, even in the beginning, because she doesn't speak. She uses a lot of... she enjoys operas and musicals and things. And you see her bonding with Giles over watching TVs with musicals on it. So how that becomes an important facet of her life and how she uses it to communicate, with the tap dancing a little bit.
And in many ways that remind me of Amélie, the French movie.
Yeah, I did the soundtrack, the accordion.
And also the palette when she's at home, the red and everything is like very...
it's a very dreamlike quality. She lives above a movie theatre. It's a very dreamy...
that scene, man.
It's a very dreamy.
The movie theatre is beautiful. Like, why weren't people going and watching movies there?
Yeah, it's somewhere in Boston, I think. So, in Canada. Somewhere in North America.
Orpheum, I think the theatre is called. The Orpheum.
But that actual theatre, okay, this is a fun fact.
It's a real theatre?
It's a real theatre. Not called Orpheum, obviously.
Okay.
But when the movie first premiered, on my birthday, August 31st, and the movie premiered on that day, and the theatre in which the people were screening the movie was the same movie used in the movie.
Oh.
It was the same theater used in the movie.
That's kind of
okay.
meta.
They were basically staring at the same reflection of the theater on the
Nice.
screen. So nice.
That's kind of meta. That's
So
pretty dope.
there were 4 times I had like genuine goosebumps throughout the movie, and I've not had goosebumps in a movie for so long. And I felt like that was like a trademark factor of the movie, that I went home staring outside every possible window I could, looking into the oblivion and wondering
Yeah.
about things and playing the soundtrack in my ears. So what was the most iconic moment for you that defined the movie?
The iconic moment, the one that sort of stuck with me is that there's that one scene transition where she's staring out of the window and 2 water droplets
Yeah.
merge and then they dissolve into another scine where we see footsteps. I think that was beautifully done. I remember that very well.
Oh man.
That's masterful.
Yeah, I really like the scene where, I got spoilers, she's hugging Amphibian Man, and they're having the moment where the whole room
thing.
is,
Yeah,
the
it's
room
filled
is
with
filled,
water, yeah.
and then Giles Kenson opens up, and then he realizes that what he is seeing is definitely like, it's not something that he should intrude on. It's a very private, very sweet moment, and he
Yeah.
closes it and goes
As
back.
beyond his imagination
Yeah.
of what it could be.
It's just it's a private moment in a very, gosh, I don't know what sort of word to use for it, in a soulful way maybe.
Yeah.
So it's just something you not interfere in, and
He draws it later on, I
he
think,
understands.
on a piece of
Yes.
paper. He draws the...
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, those prints are there for sale.
Yeah?
Like
Oh,
they
okay.
made prints of
We
that
can't
art.
afford it. Let's not even like...
No, they made like normal
Alika,
prints
I
of
nominate
that
you to
art.
do fan art and like sell it online. I'll buy that. Can afford
God.
that. For me, the most defining scene was the cat eating scene.
Oh no! That was
It's
the
like Stranger
worst.
Things all over again.
For the very reason that but Stranger Things is like a wild thing. That
Yeah.
it's a character study as to this person is still oblivious to this real life world, but Eliza slowly kind of easing him into it. Afterwards, when he plays with the cat, it's so cute and adorable to see later, and then when she finds him like confused and befuddled in a movie theater, like if I was that character, I'd be doing that. I'd be standing in a movie theater, square in the center because there's no one else, and staring at whatever the story is
Moving
about.
pictures.
About like a biblical story. And again, there's like, if you go to see all the movies they've shown in the theater, there's more references, there's more metaphors there as well.
Exactly. It's like 2 different species merging right in front of the Bible. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
a big FU to tradition right
And
there.
the story of Ruth is about like this one woman who was a strong female character who helped surpass the men who were controlling her.
Right.
And then the story of Samson and Delilah,
Oh,
where
yes.
he keeps pointing it, and Samson brings the house down, and he thinks he's Samson, but she's actually Samson because she brings the house on his head.
Yeah.
So I love the
Also,
metaphor.
kudos to
a-
Octavia Spencer for playing Zelda. That was a really good role.
Yeah, great role. And I think also like she's now channeling a lot of the help and the characters that she already done before.
Yeah, it's a little bit of stereotype casting, but whatever.
Yeah, the help character that she played in the movie The Help.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
And then he calls her The Help also in the movie as a reference, as a callback to the movie.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I'm just I'm on fire.
You have all this amazing trivia.
Yeah, because I go to IMDb.
Wow.
I believe there's also on the TV screen a snippet of King Kong playing, which is again a creature falling in love with a woman story.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
I liked in this movie that it's the lady who is pushing forth with this.
Yeah.
Rather than the creature who's capturing her and then
Right, that's
forcing
true.
her.
Yeah.
No, because in this it's very important that Eliza has her own agency regarding this. She's the one who makes the first move. She's the one who goes for this.
Correct.
So that was a very interesting and fresh take on the whole
And the fact that
monster
the
romance
movie
thing,
opens with her masturbating,
which
but-
is not shown
Which is not shown
in
in
the
India.
cinemas in
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just in case you didn't know, you get a heavily edited version in India. Maybe wait for it when it comes out on DVD.
But
or
now
something.
they're getting clever with the censorship because they kind of edit it and zoom in a way that we don't see stuff. So now it's kind of dangerous.
But in the scene where Sally Hawkins is nude, they cover her body like a cardboard black patch.
Yeah.
So it moves with her moving.
Oh,
They spend money extra on this edit.
I was so confused. I was like, is that some weird undergarment thing?
I mean, if you're going to give the movie an A rating already,
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
and if you're going to show like rotten fingers and shit, then let us see a woman naked. We've seen that many times.
Yeah.
We're okay with that. We're voluntarily going and watching a movie about adults falling in love. It's an adult fairy tale for fuck's sake. It's like, let us watch it. So I think I have my gripes with the censor board in India, but it's
Yes.
okay. When it comes out finally, I'll definitely buy it on Blu-ray if I can. And
the censor board is a Michael Shannon in India. That's what they are.
They're sent by gods to do this. So guys, please watch The Shape of Water. It's a masterpiece by a director who's been doing this for so long that he can do no wrong. The movie does have a very similar plotline to what you might have seen before, but the way he does it is purely him, and for that very reason you should go and watch it. I feel everybody who's out there who's ever loved films, has ever been in love, or ever had the idea of falling in love with someone who's not your same kind, just go and watch this movie.
Oh.
As you can see, we have a podcast listener in his natural habitat. Millions of years of evolution have led him to this point. He's on his way to work, and listening to podcasts makes his miserable day better. He will now head to work and use all his knowledge to communicate with other colleagues and possibly future mates. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out all the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.